everybody, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. Since there was only one review this week, we decided to throw you a bonus video. A couple weeks ago on Campo's channel, on Putty's channel, we did some Fallout reviews of the Fallout TV shows. I've been playing the Fallout games since they first came out, so I thought, hey guys, you guys love the tier list videos? So we're going to do a tier list of the mainline Fallout games and Pokemon cards.
It's actually Cell.
It's Cell? Okay. Imperfect
Yeah.
Cell, though.
Yeah, you know.
He ain't that
But
perfect, but you know.
He ain't that
anyway.
He ain't all that. He ain't all
He
that.
ain't all that.
Perfect. It's just Cell.
Copyright.
It's the name of his. It's the name
That's
of
his
his
it's sitcom. Yeah.
Multiverse.
I'd watch it.
All
Are
right.
you still wearing claws?
What? No, what are you
Fun
talking about?
fact: Putty pees with Wolverine claws.
Yes. He gives
That's why-
self-circumcisions.
That's why, you know.
It's the healing factor keeps him going though.
Keeps him going. So on that note, we're going to head right into the tier list land before this gets a little too out of hand. So here we are. Not that many games, so this won't be a very long video. I only decided to include the mainline games and basing them on their complete editions as opposed to ranking the DLC. Maybe the DLC will be a future video. If you guys want to see that, let me know down in the description box below, and let me know if you guys want to see a DLC tier listing video. So
I
go ahead.
feel like one of these games you guys might not play, but I actually did play and I loved it. But anyway, we'll get to
played
that
every single one of these games.
Okay.
And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, you're thinking I did not like it.
And if you're
Really?
thinking what I'm thinking, you're thinking that I'm thinking. I never played it.
I never played it. Okay, so the first Fallout game by Interplay before Bethesda took over. This was an isometric in the style of D&D meets Doom, maybe. It's like more of a dungeon crawler with a story.
Yeah, it was okay.
I'd give it a solid B.
I'll allow it.
Solid
I
B.
unfortunately did not play it though.
I'm more of a C guy, but I'll allow it.
Okay. Fallout 2. More of the
Better.
same. Better. I'm putting this in an A. Or would you put it B ahead of?
Yeah, I think I'd put it there.
Okay.
Because I'd have them in B and C if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But you could leave it like.
Buddy, you never played these, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I was the only one to play.
Fallout Tactics.
I never played Fallout Tactics.
Did you play it, Putty?
It sounds familiar. That but I don't remember because it's making me think that I no.
Yeah,
Have you played
like
any Fallout games?
He's played probably all these ones.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So Tactics is a D.
Yeah,
well, except
Tactics
76.
was pretty bad. This is Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. This was a beat 'em up type of game. It was very weird.
I actually played this, but I don't remember it at all, like if it was good or not. But I do remember playing it and being like, "This, what does this have to do with Fallout?"
Yeah, I'm actually putting it at the back of D.
All right, so it sucked.
Yeah.
Fallout
Fallout 3.
This is pretty much where everyone else, just like myself, got introduced into Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where a lot of people did get introduced to Fallout.
Yeah, and I truly loved this game. Now, would I say it's better than some upcoming games? No. Would I say okay, here's my thing. I myself, I don't know how many we're doing with S tier. I would want this in S tier, but I'm high A as well. So I don't know.
I mean, I can live with it in an A, but I think it's an S.
I agree. I think this is an S as well.
Okay, cool.
There isn't Fallout that we have now without this game.
Yeah, we wouldn't have this Fallout universe without Fallout 3.
Yeah.
The expanded universe, I should say. And Liam Neeson is your dad.
Yeah, right?
Liam Neeson's. Fallout 3 was good, and the DLC was really good too. They actually took elements of the Operation Anchorage and incorporated into the TV show.
They did.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So like that's why Campo said if it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have the expanded universe that we have now. Arguably, Fallout New Vegas, the best Fallout game ever.
Yeah, I would say it's number one.
I would say it's okay. I was afraid that we were going to do this. But yeah,
no, this one was the best. I think this was like the greatest. There we go. like there's no like Obsidian took the writers from the original game from Interplay and I think it's BlackRock Studios as well, and they created. Yes, it had its fair share of glitches and bugs and all that, but what did you expect for a game that was expected to come out in 10 months?
And it was also a game that for its time did way more than games of that time did.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
And
mention
story.
that there was a period of time where you could go to any Walmart in the bargain bin and get this game and play it. Like to be able to play a game for cheap like that is insane to me because I'm
And
going
such
to
a
the
high
store now
quality game.
and fucking half-assed games on the Switch are $79. Who the fuck is paying $79 for a Switch game that's not even a good game?
Paw Patrol
Do you know that the tennis 2K24
is
is
90 bucks.
is $89
Yeah.
starting? Who the fuck? Wait, okay, look, I know the games cost a lot of money to make. Do you not want to sell copies? If you put tennis up for $59, you would make money because people would buy it. No
Yeah.
one's paying $89 for tennis.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting upset.
That's what I did with PGA 2K. I waited till it went down to 30 bucks.
And Nintendo has this dumb thing where they're so in control of the way their games sell that even at GameStop, the used games
Are
on
still
Switch
70.
are still like $59 and they're
Yeah.
old and used.
Yeah. I want to get the 1,000-year door, and I don't know if I want to pay $80
No,
for
I
it.
don't. I'm going on. I'm on the store. I have a Switch with 0 games. I'm on the store, and I'm like, I'm not paying these prices. $50 for all the Star Wars games from like the earlier Nintendo era, like
Yeah,
GameCube,
the
N64.
7
But they're
pack,
not
right?
upgraded. They look like an N64 game, and you want me to pay $50 for that?
Yeah.
That pod race game was kind of
Suck
fun though.
yourself.
But off topic, but yeah, like you said, Fallout New Vegas, probably the best Fallout game there was. The character development of not just
That's the
your
story
character.
and the character. Yeah.
And I think this is only the second time in the series where your character doesn't come out of a vault.
It's
You
well, yeah. Right,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, the feeling of like being a part of something that's already part of an environment.
Yeah.
Because like, you know what I mean, being in a storyline, because everyone's so used to Fallout being you get all the vaults, you do that. And it's still a great part of the storyline. And what makes Fallout so great is being that into the new world situation.
Yeah.
This one, I think the reason it's special is because not even just the storyline, but just even the start of it, it's more of a more of a crime syndicate kind of situation. You know what I mean?
It's a very Vegas mob type of story, like with like this is what I'm a little curious about, and we'll get into the little bit of the show here. Is you kill Robert House in this game? How are they going to bring him into the series now? Because apparently there's talks about bringing Robert House in.
What if he's something more of like a um more
Unless, which we'll talk about in the next game, the one that you killed was a synth.
oh, that could be true.
I mean, it's quite possible.
Because that's my theory about that girl, about what's her name, Lucy's mom. I think Lucy's mom was a synth.
It's quite possible.
Not Lucy's mom. Sorry, not Lucy's mom. The one who kidnapped her dad. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
She wasn't the real one. She was a synth.
That's every single. Even IGN is saying that she's a synth.
Yeah. But moving on, Fallout 4. Fallout 4.
Oh,
This is so where Putty wasn't with us in the early part. This is where I jump off the wagon. I've never played anything after Fallout New Vegas.
really? Okay, so here's my thing. Let me say this about this, and then we'll get aspects from there. I like where you're going. I agree with A on that. Here's my thing. Fallout 4 and Fallout 3. What made me love Fallout 3 was just like I would do with any other Bethesda game when it came to like Elder Scrolls, was like I would get over encumbered in all these games. I just hate it, but it's true.
That's why you play on PC and use console commands and do infinite carry weight.
Okay, I get that. But here's my thing. What made me love this was when we started doing the camp, I collected so much stuff and took it back to my camp. I loved being able to like make up my own setup of like armor and weapons, and like I had like stacked on top of buildings all the armors from all the Brotherhood of
armors
Steel
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
it was such a great feeling. But then the problem I have here is the story, the feel of Fallout 4 doesn't have as much of an impact as Fallout 3 or New Vegas. So it's like I really, really, if I was to ever be
Yeah.
like have the dream remastering, would be to
But
take New
there
Vegas.
was a way, there was a workaround for the over encumbered though, right? You know that, right?
No, what?
Yeah. So what you had to do was you had to get the max out your strength perk, and
Hmm.
then do get the strong back perk all the way to maximum. You can fast travel while being over encumbered.
No.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
You had to get to about
Well,
level 30, 35, somewhere there, but yeah.
oh, see, I don't. Yeah, I didn't. Well,
Yeah, because I
but
played
yeah,
around with different builds.
so Fallout 4 was that the same way too? Because I would go on over encumbered on this a lot
No,
too as
that
well.
was the perk list on Fallout 4. Remember there were all those
Oh,
little
okay. Oh,
animated.
I thought. Okay, I thought you were talking about Fallout 3 that had
No,
that
no,
over.
Fallout 4.
Oh, okay.
Fallout 3, yeah, I got over encumbered a lot and I used console commands on that one.
Okay, yeah, no, Fallout 4, it was a lot easier to not worry about that anyway. But the fast travel
Yeah.
thing, yeah, I do agree with that. But it wasn't that bad for me because I had a place to go to actually
Yeah.
take it,
I
so I
mean,
could come back,
the twist at the end I kind of liked.
Hmm.
The like I'm not
But
going to spoil it even though it's a 10-year-old game. A lot of people are getting back into it now, so I'm not
because of
going
the
to spoil
show,
it I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. But rest assured, when I say once you start getting all those from what's his name there, the Minutemen guy, oh, this settlement needs your help, oh, this
hmm
settlement needs your help, oh, I'm like, enough with the settlements. I'm focusing
hmm
on one settlement and that's it.
and that's what I did too because I really liked that. Because, like for example, I remember there was a glitch though. The glitch I did was remember the carrier guy, the guy that
Mhm.
comes to your town and carry all those weapons, and then you could basically like glitch it to where you could take all his stuff,
You can
then resell it back.
resell it back to him and make infinite caps.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I that's the one I did. I kept him there too. I actually got him to stay in my area, so I just was he was infinitely there. And I set up shop to make more money with my other characters that
Yeah.
would
What I
work.
did was I
Like
built a little cube so he couldn't move anywhere.
exactly, exactly. So
I
here's
did
my
four
point.
walls and he couldn't go anywhere. Then I did
But
clip,
but
no clip,
but
but
my
yeah.
my my point the whole thing is Fallout. You can take Fallout New Vegas, but take like what are some of the greatest mechanics that Fallout 4 expanded upon when Fallout 3.
Yeah.
New Vegas would be like the die-all of games in my eyes. That's how much I love the mechanics of Fallout 4. But a story-driven as gameplay atmosphere, Fallout New Vegas wins. So
Yeah.
I give Fallout 4 praise, but I just give it only praise for the mechanics that it brought in to make whatever it's expanding from there. So I just had to put that out there why I love that so much and why I feel it needs to be. We need more of that. We need a New Vegas with Fallout 4 mechanics. Tell me I'm wrong. But anyway,
No,
go.
I kind of agree with that completely.
Yeah.
Kind of agree with that completely. So with that, this was a mobile game, Fallout Shelter.
So
It start off fun, but the gotcha mechanics get you.
well, okay, you got me on that one too. I'll agree, but I don't want to put it that low. But I haven't played Fallout 1 or 2 to even cap it. I don't want to see it at sea because here's my thing. This was a great fun time for me to play with. I
Hmm.
loved making the sediments and little areas and the bases. So for the people who don't know, the way Fallout Shelter works is you actually make your own shelter and actually
You
like
create
build
your own
upon it.
Vault Tech shelter. Yeah. Vault Tech
Exactly.
vault.
But you could send people in and out to do stuff and things of that nature, and people have their different jobs. It was such a great thing to kill the time when I was out waiting for a bus, things of that nature.
Yeah,
And
because it
then it
didn't need
all
to be connected online.
exactly. And so it was one of those things that I would love doing that. And so it was different than Fallout, but it expanded for me in the universe. So I actually have a love for it. I actually, for myself, would want to go and be. But since I understand where you're
You
coming
know what?
from,
Yeah, I mean, I can give you C. Let's leave it in C because I think that's the best
I'm okay with
place
that
to
as
put
well.
it. And with
My
that,
problem is
go ahead.
I am my with that being said, going to the next thing, this is where I'm actually like Campo as well. I'm done. I never played this.
Okay, so I got back into it. I played it when it first came out, and when I played it when it first came out, it would have been here.
Okay.
There was not a single NPC in the game. There were no missions. There were no stories. There was no end game. About, I can't remember, but a couple years ago, they introduced the Wastelanders DLC. And they basically flooded the map with NPCs, missions. There's actually an end game to it. So I would move it up to the top of B right now. And if they keep going the way they're doing, and basically the new DLC, Atlantic City, is take New Vegas and move it to the East Coast, basically.
I've
I
been wanting
think though, I think you have to factor in I understand that like they've corrected things, but for how long it was bad for, and like how
Yeah.
truly bad it was, like it's one of the worst launch games of all
Of all
time.
time.
So like,
But
Well-
that's why I'm not putting it higher, because if it launched the way it is now, it'd be an A. But because it isn't, it's something they had to do over
Yeah.
time.
I feel like even if they continue to make it better, I don't think you can ever put it higher than B just for how shit it was when
Yeah.
on release.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
completely agree.
And I'm really mad they're doing the Xbox method to go from Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4 straight to 76. We have 75, 71 more games before that. That it
Well,
should
the
be.
reason, but I mean,
I
Fallout
know, I don't
76,
care.
the reason why it's called 76 is because you're from Vault 76.
I
It's
know,
the
I know.
first, this technically, chronologically, this is the beginning of the story. This is the first vault to open after the nuclear apocalypse.
I know. I was making a bad joke, but it's really
Yeah.
funny because when I look at this, it does look like it's the order of actual old, like the way they show it. It looks like it's a number within that actual realm. I mean, I get
Well,
it. It's
that's why
Vault
I can't
76.
think that's why if you look, they put the
Yeah, but
76 in the vault
exactly,
door.
exactly.
So to differentiate. But
But I
go
had to
on.
say that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say that I've been wanting to play this. When it first came out, what made me lose interest was I was excited about the whole thing about getting the pre-order with the what thing was the helmet that came with the bag and all this stuff. I
Yeah.
think it was, and the bag got some controversy over
Yeah.
how
The
it's
bag had a
horrible. The bag, yeah.
controversy too. Yeah.
But then here's the thing. I actually had an opportunity early on to still get that helmet. Like they had some available at the stores, but because of the launch that it was so bad, I did not invest in it, and I regret it to this day because I want that freaking helmet.
Well, it's
And
like
I
I
feel,
regret not getting the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition.
yeah, well, no, that was, you know what happened with that? That
Mm.
one, my problem was they sold out too quickly. All of my GameStop, all the places I could pre-ordered that quickly. I wanted that so badly. That was the only thing I wanted
See,
in
we're here in
Fallout.
Canada. Nobody cared for it.
Oh no, they did here. The pre-orders sold like that. Like I was so mad too.
Show me
and
how they sold
Like that.
like that.
like that.
Like
Like
that.
that.
The Thanos
Like that?
snap.
Because of Fallout New
The
Vegas,
Bendon
I was
snap.
excited for Fallout 4 and I couldn't get the pre-order for that. But then Fallout
Yeah.
76 came out and I did have opportunity, but because the game was so horrible, but was told I heard it was also horrible, which again you're confirming
It's
that because
actually it's fun now. If you're already playing a games as a service game like Fortnite or whatever, don't get into Fallout 76 because you need to put the time in,
I kind of figured that. Yeah, that's the problem. And unfortunately,
right?
I get paid.
But if you do play a games as a service game, do not play the Suicide Squad game.
Ah,
That one was horrible.
I
So-
heard things.
Yes. So with that out of the way, guys, let us know what you think of this ranking. Let us know how wrong we are. Let us know why my computer is frozen right now. And with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week, I believe we'll have some more wrestling reviews and maybe some more surprises. So with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. Goodbye and good night.